you that prayers do happen or are answered, or however you'd like to phrase it. I'm focusing particularly on a certain time in my past, and the reason it came to mind is it's the holiday season, as well as I'm agnostic, so for me in my youth, I found that even though I won't say I call God, give him a name, I found oftentimes I was praying for God for all the things that I wanted, didn't have, etc. So, what I'd like to talk to you about today is how, in one of these situations, I've truly believed that God existed to me and He was giving me everything that I wanted at the immediate time. So, if you will, think back to your childhood and how this would actually make you feel in the exact same situation. You're about 7th grade, 8th grade, somewhere in that time, so you're still just out of elementary school, but still not mature enough to drive a motor vehicle. It's getting close to Christmas. You're looking forward and counting down the days in which Christmas vacation falls. So one day it finally comes, it's your birthday. You're excited, if for no other reason, dare I say, verve about the fact that it is your birthday. You get to school kind of put off about the idea that you have to make it through yet another day. But it's less than a week before Christmas vacation, so you are excited. From there, lo and behold, about 9 o'clock in the morning, you start to notice little white flakes coming out of the sky. It's the first day it's actually snowed for the year, and all of a sudden, in the back of your mind going, wow, God really knew what I wanted for Christmas. Or for my birthday, for that matter, being white Christmas, or just snow. Obviously, this gains the attention of faculty and all students in any nearby window. Anybody that can see it, all of a sudden, oh my God, it's snowing. Fast forward about an hour into it, so now we're about 9 o'clock, 9:10, and all of a sudden it's getting heavier and heavier. They've already now announced that school is being let out. So, of course, now at the same time, we're going back to, wow, God is again answering my prayers where I get to have my birthday let out for school. This is exciting. There's no real way to truly put into words just how you're feeling at that particular moment, or at least me. Finally, all of a sudden, power cuts out just before school's letting out. And they've determined, okay, yes, we're not going to wait for the end of the day or just after lunch. We're getting the buses here and we're getting everybody home now because this doesn't seem to show any signs of letting up. Of course, all the while, you can hear all the screams and the cries of the children who are excited, frantically running about in the now darkened school. While all the teachers, in hindsight, can imagine, are just having their worst nightmare come to fruition. So, as we move along, all the buses, they have to take the emergency route, so it's quite a little hike down the street to get to home. But that's okay, because you have a number of kids with you, and you can all play, throw slushy, nasty snowballs at one another as you surf down the streets, if you will, the couple 1-2 step and then slide. It gets really interesting because it now becomes a contest. There's no cars on the road. Who can slide the furthest distance down the road? Ultimately, not probably the smartest idea, but at the same time, so much fun as a child. Finally get home, soaking wet. Mom's in the background, quite disappointed about the drenched clothes, demanding to go get changed. Come back finally from getting changed. Lo and behold, there's a bunch of gifts waiting out in front of the nice toasty fireplace, waiting. Can this day possibly get any better? Well, yes, it can. Lo and behold, all the gifts that I'd wanted, I'm thankful my mother got them ahead of time. So I opened up, this is the first year Game Boy was out. So now I get the privilege of not necessarily wanting to go back out in the snow anymore. I'm perfectly content playing video games all afternoon and into the early evening because every one of those new little video games, oh, they have to be mastered. And they have to be mastered now. But obviously, it's hard to choose which one happens first. From there, continue in the evening, go outside, play in the snow, get, increasingly wet and soggy. Come in, nothing quite like backing up against a nice roaring fire or a wood-burning stove to the point where you are now fearful of sitting down or having the back of your pants touch you for fear that they have gotten too hot. Everybody goes to bed, obviously, at this point after dinner, and such a wonderful day. And really where this comes to fruition as far as all your prayers being answered, wake up the next morning hoping there's still snow, and because where I grew up, it would often disappear the next morning. It apparently has been snowing all night long. And where I live with all the hills, there's no hope of school being continuing. This continued for the remainder of the week. So, in the back of my mind, wow, God really does love me. Not only did he cancel school for me on my birthday, but the rest of the week going right into Christmas vacation. And sure enough, the snow stuck around for an actual white Christmas. So of all my prayers that I've had over the years gone by, that one stands out as probably my most favorite birthday / sliding into Christmas, to only iterate the point, if nothing else, that if you pray hard enough, dreams or prayers will be answered. And I hope everyone can have that same prayer answered or similar to their wishes. Fellow Toastmasters, thank you.